Hello reality shifters, welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Cristina, and today we're gonna talk about how might we keep ourselves happy during this winter of coronavirus before things get way better. What might we do to keep ourselves happy during these times, this winter, these holidays where probably we're not gonna get too close to too many of our dear ones, and the coronavirus is flaring up all over the place in United States and other places. So as you might know, being happy is very important to your immune system. I made the decision to keep myself happy, and I wonder if you would like to be more happy and curious about what the teachings of Abraham Hicks have to say about happiness during the coronavirus. Today we're going to talk about moving up the emotional scale using emotional guiding scale of Abraham Hicks. They talk about these processes in the Ask and It Is Given book. It's a great book. It has many processes of how you might feel better. And in a recent workshop, they specifically took people up the scale regarding coronavirus this winter. In the workshop from November 21st, 2020. Actually, I found on Facebook the transcription of the workshop. I follow Abraham Hicks weekly in their seminars, but this is free information. You find it on Facebook. Abraham Hicks workshops are paid. You can go with Abraham now. I'll drop a link in the description. But before getting into that, I would like to share with you a couple of things about being happy and the way we see things, how that might impact our well-being. I hope it's not a surprise to you that it's been documented and well known that your mood influences your well-being. So that's why we're talking about happiness, even though the times are pretty gloomy. And I would like to share with you a couple of things that Dr. David M. Burns, shares in the Feeling Great book. This is a great book about new treatment regarding depression and anxiety. And it starts with the idea that we're not wrong for not feeling good. Actually, there might be something very right with us when we're not feeling that great. And we want to feel good. We desire to feel good. Let's see what Dr. Burns has to say here. Not quite there. About feeling bad. The cause of Karen's intense and prolonged negative feelings goes to the very heart of an idea that's been around for at least 2,000 years, ever since the time of Greek Stoic philosopher Epictetus. In his classic book, The Echiridion, Epictetus wrote that we are disturbed not by things, but the views we take on them. In other words, the events of this world do not cause our suffering. Instead, our thoughts about what's happening create all our negative and positive feelings. This is a powerful and simple notion that can change your life, but is so basic that it can be hard to grasp at first, and it may be hard to believe too. Basically saying that we are creating, and actually says exactly with these words, all your emotions result from your thoughts in the here and now. We all create our own emotional reality at every moment of every day. And this is what Abraham says as well. You create your own reality. Also, Dr. Burns says, in order to be upset, two things are required. A necessary condition, you must have a negative thought, and a sufficient condition, you must believe the negative thought. So this is Dr. David Burns, Feeling Great, a great book. He sold 5 million of copies of the Feeling Good book, amazing information for psychologists, and it helped millions of people with depression and anxiety. And now let's talk a little bit about Abraham and Abraham Hicks teachings and going up the emotional scale. I'm gonna summarize Abraham Hicks teachings in order to get good things, you have to feel good. That's the basis of law of attraction and the teachings of Abraham Hicks. Abraham is a collective stream of consciousness that flows through Esther Hicks, therefore Abraham Hicks. Esther Hicks has workshops, teaching, the teachings of Abraham. And the emotional scale is basically a scale of emotions that have less and less resistance, from fear to all the way to joy, happiness, appreciation, and so on. And you can also find the emotional scale free on Facebook, and it takes you from fear, grief, depression, insecurity, jealousy, hatred, rage, anger. And Abraham talks about the fact that you cannot go from fear to joy. And actually, Dr. Burns says the same thing. You're not ready. Even if you think you're gonna push a magic button right now and go from sadness to joy, most people would not do that, and there is a progression. So Abraham talks about this and takes us through the emotional scale, where you can actually go step by step by step from all of these vibrations that have more resistance toward frustration, pessimism, boredom, contentment, optimism, passion, joy, knowledge, empowerment, freedom, love, appreciation, which are the top best feeling vibrations. Abraham will did take everybody in the workshop from November 21st through the emotional scale. Let me read it to you. Let me put my glasses first. I wonder if you demonstrate the emotional. Abraham answers to questions during these workshops. So we have a question here. I wonder if you demonstrate the emotional scale again using the prediction of this winter's rapidly escalating the pandemic situation. I feel it would help reinforce my own knowing of my well-being to have give us this example. Abraham. Now again, your mind is not a storage cabinet and is not a place where seeds have been planted that you have no control about. It's a transmitting and receiving mechanism. So if you see something on television that frightens you, makes you feel uncomfortable, acknowledge that this thought, no matter who it came from, is in disagreement with the thought that your inner being has about the same topic. And basically, this is what the emotional scale is about. How much are you in agreement or in disagreement with who you truly are, with your inner being? We're happy to ramp up the emotional scale with you. And the thing that we really want you to hear in this is that you are in different places within this on an emotional scale already. And you are looking at things from a variety of different perspectives. And so, we're going to give you a sort of generic version of how you might benefit from moving up the scale. So we're just going to offer some words. You know how this works. Have you been listening in? 22 is fear. And we're just going to move up the scale. All right, 22. I'm frightened about so many things that have to do with this pandemic. I fear the unknown about it. I fear people's response to it. I fear what it means to us economically. And I feel powerless in the sense that there are a whole lot of people on this planet that are responding to a whole lot of things in a whole lot of ways, and I have no control over what any of them are doing about it. I feel insecurity for that reason. The word is jealous that we have on this scale, but I wish for our lives back. I wish for our lives back. Up another notch. I hate that this is happening to us, to all of us, in one way or another. I'm moving a little bit over here. Fear, insecurity, jealousy, hatred, rage. I hate that this is happening to us, to all of us, in one way or another, either by touching us up close and personal, making us sick, scaring us. I hate that people are afraid. I hate the response that people are having about it. I hate not knowing for sure what to do. Revenge. I wish everyone would understand that they create their own reality and get it together. I'm angry that so many people are looking to others to feather their nests or to give them solutions. It is discouraging when I realize so few people really know the stability they could stand in, who flail about like corks on a raging sea, blaming everyone, and I want to blame them right back. I worry that the percentage of those who understand is small, and I worry that there's far more suffering in the world about these other things too, that I want to see. I doubt that there's going to be a great improvement anytime soon. We seem to be spiking all over the place. We argue about what to do about it. we come to no consensus. I'm disappointed that so many of us, in fact, almost all of us, are pointing our fingers at someone else so that we're blaming each other in such profound numbers. It's overwhelming to think about how many people are out of whack and what that means to them as individuals, or to all of us as a whole, as a mass consciousness, or as humanity upon this planet. I feel irritation about all of this and impatient about it. If there are lessons to be learned, I know Abraham is not big on that, but if there are lessons to be learned, I'm impatient for the lesson. I want to know what the value is. I'm pessimistic about the value. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of thinking about it. I'm sick of reacting to it. I want to let go of my battle with it. I want to find a place where I can feel at one with myself about it. I don't want to control what anybody else does about it. I don't want to control the behaviors of others. I don't even want to have opinions about the behaviors of others. I just want to find feelings of well-being. I just want to make a decision and line up with it. I want to make a decision about my own well-being and about the well-being of those I care about. And I want to line up with that. I'm hopeful that in making this decision and practicing feeling this decision and lining up with it, that I will get out ahead of it, that I will find vibrational alignment with my inner being. And in doing so, I will know where to be and when to be there and how to go and what to do, that my guidance will help me know, just like the pothole that I don't want to fall in, or the cliff I don't want to fall off of, or anything that I don't want to experience. I feel that there's guidance for a reason, and I'm optimistic that I can find that guidance. Optimistic. And that I can know what to do. I believe that I will know what to do. I respect what everybody else chooses to do too. I have positive expectations that we are going to come through this, that is going to be all right for me and for others. I am feeling eagerness about what's to be. I know my appreciation of life is going to be off the charts. I can feel my happiness is on the brink of returning. In fact, I'm feeling such relief and happiness right now. I'm feeling some enthusiasm about what's coming next. As the people of this planet are sending endless rockets of desires, there must be so much in our vortices that was not there before. Our inner being is all over it. Our experience is enhanced because of it. I feel exhilaration about the future of our experience, and I feel eager about experiencing the knowledge of that now. I can't wait to see what's coming. I'm eager to know what that is. I feel absolute knowledge that things are working out for us no matter how it looks. I've heard it from Abraham so many times, and while I've lost track of it from time to time, I do know with every part of my being. I feel empowered in this moment. We have the freedom to choose how we want to feel, regardless of conditions. I want to be an unconditional liver and lover of this life. I so appreciate the opportunity that this has given to me and to others. And I know that this contrast, big as it seems, is something that is serving me. And I'm thankful about that and joyful in this moment. Yay! All right. This is to your advantage and things are working out for you. I love the messages of Abraham. I totally adore it. So you can see more of Abraham Daily Inspiration over here. And don't forget about Feeling Great book. This is a great book. I love it. So I hope this was helpful for you, will help you feel happy during this winter. You're in control. So this is basically what the scale is. It took you from powerlessness all the way up to feeling in control of your own emotions. How cool is that? So I hope that helps you, that helps your immune system, that helps you feeling great during this holiday season. See you next time. Bye.